hashes. How can you brute force them? How will the hackers brute force your passwords? In this video, I'm going to show you how the hackers use different tools and utilize knowledge you can find free on the internet to hack your password we got from your database. So we got a hash here. I used MD5 for this video just to showcase how it's done, and whatever we take the hash here and we can put it into the crackstation.net and click on robot, crack the hash, and basically it would tell us that the clear text is test. So there are many different ways you can use Crackstation. You can always just put anything in. It will support different kind of hashing algorithms you can see down here below, which is MD5 and other popular ones like SHA-1, SHA-5224, and so on. It contains 15 billion wobbling entry lookups, which is a lot of hashes stored. It's basically they just stored the hash and the clear text side by side in a database. So this is a lookup. It's not doing anything. You're just looking up whatever hash you have, and you will get the password. If you have something, let's say, called Meowcat, for example, and you take that, there's a chance that it doesn't know it. Let's just try and put it in and crack it, and it will say, oh, we know Meowcat. And many people use passwords like that these days. And if you are a programmer, you might even consider something called Salt to further protect your passwords. Now let's assume we got this hash. We don't know what it is, so we're gonna go ahead and use something called hash identifier, which is a nifty small program for Linux where you can insert the hash and press enter, and then it will kind of guess with the possible hashes whatever it is. Now it says this is an MD5. So if you're gonna try and crack this MD5 password, you can do it by using a tool called Hashcat on Linux. Hashcat got a really big list of hashes. Go ahead and type Hashcat examples on Google, for example, choose this link here, and it will tell you about all the different kind of modes you can run it. Basically this means all the different kind of hashes you can see under the hash name is the hashes it can crack. So let's assume that you got the MD5. Basically that is hash mode 0, which is 0 as the number 0. If you, for example, let's say you got back to the website here, and not sorry, the window, and this is the one that it thought it would be, MD5, SHA-1 MD5 something, you can paste that in and see, did it find it here? No, we did not. You could probably try and look for something that looked like this, MD5, SHA-1 MD5, so we can say, what about just the first one? It's MD5 SHA-1 MD5, and if you can find the signature, well, it is supported by Hashcat. In this particular example, let's stick to the very first one, which is the hash mode 0, which is MD5. I prepared that in another window here where we can see that I'm using sudo because sometimes it requires administrator rights to run the program correctly. Hashcat, the mode -m 0 MD5-A is a 0. It's a type of attack. It's a dictionary attack, so we're taking a list of triangle passwords. -O for the output. This is where it stores the cracked MD5 and the MD5 sum. Not the sum, but it is a sum. But the hash and the cracked version of it. This is where it's stored, and I'm going to use this simple password list in this order. Basically what I'm going to do is press enter, and if I'm not mistaken, let's just assume I should use another name for this particular example, output 3, and let's just show. And we have the output 3 here. I'm gonna cat it out, and we see I need to use sudo, and now we get it. This is the hash I hashed on another website, and the password is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. So that is the one way you can use Hashcat. Now sometimes whenever you run Hashcat, it's kinda it needs, it will give you some weird output and stuff like that, so maybe just try and run it with the -show. This is a way that I usually get it to work if it's not acting the way what I would like it to act. So this is the way that hackers crack your passwords. There are, of course, different ways you can achieve the same called goal by cracking. You can create your own programs, you can write your own scripts in Python and so on. If you know how the composition of a password is, if the company have a password policy and you know how it is, and all follow that policy, or it is enforced just by strict enforcing it by some algorithm looking at the password created, then basically you can write a script in Python and then by that crack passwords even faster. So this is how you use Hashcat. We utilize websites like hashcat.net. We can see different kind of hashes. We utilize online web resources to trial and error. This is just an MD5 hash generator. Remember to click I'm a robot, put in the password, and basically you're done. So this is how Hackers does it. Many different ways, of course. Create your own script and what I talked about. I hope you liked this video. If you do so, please consider subscribing to my channel. Until next time, bye.